Welcome. Today I will be guiding us through a 1-hour, all levels vinyasa flow class. So if you know that you're a little bit tighter in your hamstrings or shoulders, I would encourage you to use a block for your practice. Otherwise, just your body and your breath and your yoga mat, and you're good to go. So we're going to get started in a comfortable seated posture. If you have your block, you can feel free to prop your sits bones up on your block as a way to maximize length in your spine. Take a few moments here if you need to make any adjustments to your seat so that you can find a place of comfort, of ease. And feel free here to close your eyes just as a way of kind of harnessing your energy and taking a deeper look at how you feel as you press firmly down into your sits bones, extending tall out of the crown of your head, creating space in your spine, your torso. Just begin to observe any body sensations, so that as you move through your practice today, you can move from a place of peace, a place of observation. Begin to notice your breathing. So especially in Vinyasa Yoga, the breathing is the foundation of the practice. And is also a powerful way to anchor us into the present moment, since the breath is always happening right now. Exhale all of the breath out of your mouth. Empty your lungs. Draw the belly back toward your spine. When you feel like your lungs are empty, through your nose, take a deep inhale, first expanding the belly button, then the diaphragm, the rib cage, and then breathe all the way up into your heart. Imagine you could breathe all the way up into the crown of your head. Retain the breath at the top for a few moments. And through your mouth. When you exhale, think of that as a releasing of stale energy, of any toxic energy. Keep exhaling all the breath out. Good, and then take another deep breath in. Feel the side waist grow, feel the chest, the back of the heart open, shoulders still relaxed. Hold the breath in. Through your mouth, letting go, creating space for your practice. Good, and then one more on your own. Deep breath in and out. Exhale. Then breathing naturally through your nose. If at any point in the practice you feel like breathing through the nose is not available, you can always inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Otherwise, breathing in and out through the nose is a really great way to keep the energy locked into the body, the prana, as we call it in yoga. Allow your palms to meet at the center of your heart. Lift your breastbone up toward your thumbs. Relax your shoulder blades, still creating that length in the spine. Take a moment here to create an intention for your practice. Yoga is a mind-body exercise, and your intention can kind of bridge the gap. So who or what are you practicing for? And with that idea firmly set in your mind's eye, gently release your arms. Open the windows of your eyes. And let's transition onto our hands and knees. So you can just move the legs behind you any way that feels comfortable. And come into a tabletop position. Just envisioning that your spine is flat, so the lower belly draws in slightly. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. And this would be a really great time to activate Ujjayi breath, if you're familiar with that. So it's a slight contraction at the base of the throat, breathing in and out through the nose. Knees directly under the hips, yes. As you inhale, lift your tailbone, pull the heart forward and up through the gateway of the shoulders. As you exhale, press the earth away from you, round your spine, gaze toward your belly button. Good. Again, inhale, drop the belly, and as you do that, try to keep the arms straight. Super important. Good. Exhale, round your spine, gaze in and up. One more like that. Inhale, try to exaggerate this movement, shoulders draw back. And exhale, round belly to spine, gaze toward your belly button. Good, neutral spine from here. So just like we started, well done. Walk your hands forward about 3 to 5 inches. And if you're tighter in your shoulders, I like to tell people, you can bring your right hand out to the right a little bit, your left fingers out to the left a little bit. Not too much, but only if you're tighter in your shoulders. Tuck your toes and very slowly begin to lift your knees and hips up into your first downward facing dog. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the body to warm up and to get comfortable with the posture. So if you want to pedal as Deidre is doing here, bending one knee and then the other, I like to call it walking your dog. So you can walk it out, open the backs of the legs, hamstrings, calves, shins. Good. And ultimately, we're looking for stillness. So once you explore and get used to how your body's feeling, then you can work on firming the legs. So the quadriceps are lifted. Good. And the heel bones reach down toward the floor as the hips lift up. Nice. You want to make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide. You guys have all nice wide palms, so your connection to the ground is firm and solid. Great. So from this place of steadiness in your down dog, glide forward to plank as you inhale. So plank is like the top of a push-up. If this is too much, you can always modify with your knees down on the floor. Otherwise, you can stay. So Deidre is doing that modification of knees down, but her shoulders are still aligned directly over her elbows and her wrists. So you just want to maintain that verticality in the arm bones. Take an inhale here. Right back to down dog as you exhale. So the breath initiates the movement. That's one of the biggest secrets of this practice, is that the breath starts and the body follows along for the ride. So let's do that 2 more times on the breath. Inhale, glide forward to plank position. The heels press back. The heart reaches forward. Good. Exhale, down dog. Hips up, heels down. That's it. One more time. Inhale, rock forward, shoulders over wrists, inner thighs spiral up. Exhale, press it back, downward facing. Good. This time, glide forward to plank position as you inhale. Keep the gaze slightly forward. Exhale, bend the elbows straight back. Hug the side ribs with the elbows and lower all the way to your belly. Good. Keep the elbows hugging in close. Point your toes. Lift your head. Lift your sternum. Bhujangasana Cobra. In your Cobra pose, you want to make sure there's minimal pressure in your palms. Glutes are not engaged, and the tops of the feet are pressing down, even the pinky toes. Take an inhale, pull the skin of the palms back isometrically. Exhale, chin, nose, forehead down. Good. 2 more on the breath. Inhale, wave the heart up. Shoulders pull down, sternum forward. Exhale, release. Draw the outer heel bones toward the midline. Last one, inhale. Press into the tops of the feet. The kneecaps are up. And exhale, release. Good. Tuck your toes underneath you, behind you, and press your heels away so your kneecaps lift up. The quads fire up. Pull your belly into your spine and see if in one unit you can inhale up into plank position. Right up from the earth. Good. Exhale, press back downward, facing dog. Well done. Then your down dog, you want to apply a sense of relaxation in every pose, even if it's physically demanding to a degree. So here you can just let your head go, shake out any tension or stress in your head. Sometimes I like to flutter my lips. Yoga is serious, but it's not that serious. So you want to just try to find a level of, okay, I'm getting into my body, this feels good, I'm breathing, I'm present. That's really the name of the game. Good. So from here, glide your right leg up to the sky as you inhale. So the hips are parallel, so you want to prevent the right hip from opening. Exhale, your knee toward your nose, round your spine, and try to kiss your kneecap. Good. 2 more like that. Inhale, press back. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding, using your core muscles. Good. One last time. Inhale, reach the legs straight back and up. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward and step your foot forward in between your palms. Good, line up your knee over your heel. Lean onto your left palm and reach your right arm up to the sky, twisting lunge. So the modification for these standing lunges would always be to drop the back knee, but only if you feel like you're wobbling. So that's the modification there. And I like what Grant's doing using the block underneath his left hand, so it gives you a little bit more leverage and a little bit more of an opportunity to expand in the heart. That's it. Keep that back leg firm. Keep opening up the sternum, the shoulders, the chest. Good. Inhale your right hand to the floor. Step back to a plank position. So that's all in the same inhale. Look forward in your plank. Exhale, bend the elbows lower halfway or all the way. Good. Inhale, point your toes. If you'd like upward facing dog, you can press the tops of the feet down, thighs lift, or cobra. Good. Exhale, tuck your toes, press back, down dog. So we move a little bit more quickly to get that prana flowing, to get the juice moving. Inhale your left leg up to the sky using your abdominal muscles. Good. Exhale, knee to nose, round forward so you pull the shoulders over your wrist like you would do in a plank position. Again, inhale, press the leg back and up. Use the inner thigh to lift. Exhale, knee to nose, round. Good. Last one. Inhale. Higher than you think you can. Yes. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot all the way through. So you want to make sure there's a 90-degree bend at that front knee. Lean into the right palm as you peel your left arm up and twist. And notice what's happening in that bottom shoulder. Can you spin your right bicep to face the front of the room? So the right shoulder blade slides down and points forward into the heart. A little bit more, that's it. Hips stay level. So in these twists that you're super detoxifying, you want to make sure that you're not twisting your sacrum or your hips. You're twisting from right above your navel, the middle, and the upper back. Good. Using the breath to help you open up deeper. That's it. Great. From here, inhale your left hand down to the floor, framing your front foot. Tuck the back toes if they're not. Listen carefully. We're going to step all the way to the front of the mat. Right foot meets left, Uttanasana, forward fold. If you're feeling tenderness in your hamstrings, this is a nice idea to just soften the knees a little bit. Yeah. Reach your arms in front of you and bend your elbows, catching opposite forearms, wrists, or elbows. And just let the upper body sway. Once again, a sense of letting go, a sense of relaxation in the upper body, legs rooted. Good. Lift and spread your toes. And as you do that, can you drift your body weight toward the balls of your feet a little bit? Yeah, feeling more balance. Hips stacked over heels. Nice. One more deep breath here, opening up the sacrum, mid-back, upper back, backs of the legs. Good. Release your arms. Heel toe your feet all the way together. Good. Soften your knees. Tuck your chin in toward your chest. And as mindfully as you can, begin to unfurl your spine, as if you could sense or imagine each bone of your spine stacking on top of the next. Take your time arriving in mountain pose. The pose of Tadasana, the mountain, is the blueprint for all of the standing postures. So you want to make sure that you have a very firm base, feet actively pressing down, quadriceps engaged, shoulder soft, crown of head extends. So you can access all the different parts of you from this place. The part that is rooted, the part that is lifted and free, and the breath in between. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, shoulders soft. Exhale, swan dive forward, hinging at the hip crease, head heavy. Inhale, lift your gaze halfway, option hands on shins. Plant your palms, step back to plank position. Good. Inhale, look forward in your plank, lean slightly forward. Exhale, chaturanga halfway or lower the knees. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, tops of the feet press. Great. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Good. So traditionally, that's a sun salutation. You want to take 3 to 5 deep ujjayi breaths. Breath sounds like the ocean. Yes. Good. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop your feet all the way to your hands. Inhale, flat back, pull the belly in, heart forward. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Press down, inhale, reach the arms out and up, all the way up to stand. Palms press, hands to your heart, exhale. Good. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward, creating length as you fold. Inhale, half lift, prepare. Keep the gaze forward. Plant your palms, step or hop back as you exhale, jumping into chaturanga. Inhale, pull the sternum forward and up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Good. So very important when you're jumping back into chaturanga, if that's what you choose to do, that you land with your elbows soft. If you land in a plank position, it's a lot of pressure on your joints. So you just want to make sure that you prioritize, how you land. Good. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, lightly step or hop, feet to thumbs. Inhale, flat back, sternum open. Exhale, fold, let your head just hang. Inhale, rise, reach out, lift your arms, lift your gaze, gather. Bring it all to your heart, hands together. Good. From here, we're going to add on, hook your thumbs in front of you. Inhale, reach up, arch back, press your pelvis forward. Exhale, bend your knees, swing the arms behind you, interlace your fingers, extend legs, and fold. Inhale, release your hands to the floor as you step your right foot way back to a lunge, moving on the breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press your chest toward your thighs. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Look forward, activate your legs. Exhale, lower halfway chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend, press down to the tops of the feet. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg straight up and back behind you, hips are level. Exhale, step the foot all the way through lunge. Inhale, the back foot forward, flat back, heart lifts. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees, hook your thumbs in front of you. Inhale, reach up, extend legs, arch back. Again, with momentum, exhale, bend the knees, swing the arms back, interlace fingers, extend and fold. Inhale your hands to the floor as you step your left foot as far back behind you as you can. Great. Exhale, downward dog. Press the earth away from you. Inhale, forward to plank. Look forward. Lift your belly button up as you slowly bend the elbows straight back. Inhale, shine the heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, lift your hips, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, reach your left leg up, lifting from the inner thigh. Exhale, lunge the foot all the way through the palms. Inhale, step the back foot forward, look up, flat back. Exhale, fold, finding that flow. Soften your knees, hook your thumbs, reach up. Inhale, extend, arch back. Exhale, bend your knees, interlace the hands behind you. Stay and breathe. That's it. So in these forward folds, make sure that you're not, look at it, your body just listen. You just don't want to be engaging your neck muscles. So I always like to kind of imagine I'm looking in and up toward my belly button. So you're ensuring that the cervical spine is totally relaxed. Engage and squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you so that you can get your fist to touch the floor ahead of you. Just kidding. Maybe next week. Maybe next week's class. Good. Now keep your hands interlaced behind you. And pour all the way into your heels. Inhale, bend your knees deeply and look forward. So you're resting your belly on your thighs. The hips go way back, the heart forward. And fold forward as you exhale. Keep the hands interlaced. 2 more like that. Inhale, bend your knees. Sternum forward, belly in. Exhale, extend and fold. Good. Inhale, bend. Good. Stay here. Lengthen your lower back. Release the arms, float the arms up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Good. Soften the shoulders. Relax here. Good. Deep breaths. See if you can bring your inner knees to touch. And if that's not available, you can separate your feet as wide as your hips. Good. Nice. Take 1 more breath in. Sit 2 inches lower. Exhale, hands down. Fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward, prepare, spine long. Exhale, step or float back, chaturanga. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog, see your nose. Exhale, downward facing dog, see your navel. Inhale, lengthen your right leg up and back behind you with the breath. Exhale, step the foot all the way through. Inhale, crescent pose, rise, arms and torso lift. Good. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank position, lower through your vinyasa, which means bending the elbows slowly. Good. Inhale, up dog or cobra, it's your choice, what feels right. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step the foot all the way through. Press into the heel to rise. Inhale, crescent pose, front ribs back slightly. Exhale, frame your front foot. Step back to plank. Look forward as you lower, all in the same exhale. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. One more, right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, step through and press into the heel, rise. Inhale, crescent pose, arms reach, shoulders soft. Exhale, hands down, step back, engage the legs as you flow. Inhaling, heart forward, sternum bright. Exhale, down dog, wonderful left side, reach up, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through, rise, arms and torso, inhale. Exhale, find your flow to down dog. This becomes a moving meditation. The more repetitious you get with the sun salutations, and then you enter into the yoga zone, which is the best zone there is. I'm biased. Good. If you ever want that little relaxation, that flutter of the lips, this is a nice idea, a nice time to maybe remind yourself of the intention that you set in the beginning of your practice, to come back to how you want to show up on your mat, what brought you to your mat today, and what do you hope to receive from your practice. Good. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop your feet to your thumbs. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Feet touch. Bend your knees, this time Utkatasana from the ground up, chair pose. Good. So lift your frontal hip points up a little bit so that your belly flesh is not at all attached to your thighs. Good. And see if you can imagine descending your bottom ribs down. So it's almost as if you're doing a little abdominal crunch. Yep. I like how Deidre has her palms pressing. That is one of the variations of the posture. You want to just make sure that your shoulders are soft. So I'd bring my arms a little bit more forward. Just your arms. Yes. And then rotate the thumbs out, the pinkies in, softening the shoulder blades. That's it. That's it. Great. One more inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Extend. Great. Look up. Inhale. Exhale. Step or jump. Chaturanga. If the vinyasas ever become too much on the shoulders, yep, all the way to down dog, just don't do them. That's your choice. This is your practice. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, step the foot all the way through. Inhale, rise, crescent pose. Exhale, warrior two. Spin your left heel down to the floor. Good. Inhale, extend your front leg, shorten your stance. Reach your right fingers forward, forward, forward. Exhale, fold sideways, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Good. So an option here, if you feel like you can't touch the floor or you want a little bit more space, would be to use the block like Grant's doing here. And the full variation of the pose involves the block or your hand on the outside of the foot. And as you press down, either into the block or your shin, make sure that the big toe mound of your front foot is pressing into the floor. And as you do that, you're revolving the right inner thigh forward. And that's going to help the right hip tuck under you. This whole time you're just breathing into the pose, engaging your legs, engaging your core. Pull the front ribs toward the back body so this stays as a lateral stretch instead of a back bend. Good. Now press into your front foot. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Arms out like airplane wings. Good. Widen your stance and come back into warrior two. So there's a wider stance. You want to think in Warrior Two of your hips going straight down. So you're not leaning forward, you're vertical in your spine. That's it, yep. So you can even try leaning forward and back a little bit until you get that spot in the middle. Good. Front knee rotates out toward the front pinky toe. Shoulders soft. I always like the visual of, imagine that there's a big vat of molasses underneath your arms. And you kind of want to create your own resistance. So your biceps and your triceps are engaged, but there's still the sense of softening. The soft gaze over the front middle finger, it's beautiful. Strong back leg, firm thigh, upright spine. It's not called the warrior pose for nothing. Good. Stay low in the front knee. Flip the right palm up to the sky. As you inhale, reach the right arm up, left arm down the back leg. Good. Stay here for an extra breath. Relax the right shoulder blade as you bend 1 inch deeper into that front knee. Inhale. Exhale. Cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Step back to plank position and hold your plank position. Good. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Lean onto your right hand and swivel onto the outer border of your right foot. Vashisthasana, side plank. Left arm reaches up for the sky. As an option, you can modify the posture as Grant's doing with the bottom knee down. Another variation would be to stagger one foot in front of the other. Yeah, good. Deidre's doing that too. Thanks. Otherwise, you keep everything like mountain pose on the side. The feet are flexed. That's it. Lift that left arm straight up to the sky. Make sure it's not falling behind you. Smile if you want. One more. Inhale. Good. Exhale, hand down. Optional vinyasa, chaturanga. Otherwise, right to downward facing dog. We'll meet in the dog that is down. Good. If you guys want a cleansing breath, you can take a deep inhale through your nose. Probably needed that 10 minutes ago, but hey, it's never too late. Inhale, reach your left leg up and back. Good. Exhale, step the foot all the way through, just passing through crescent pose. So inhale, rise. Stay low in that front thigh. Good. Exhale, open your wings, drop the back heel, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg, shorten your stance, reach your left fingers forward. So you're deepening the crease at that left hip. And then as you exhale, keep the space in the side body as you fold sideways. Left hand down, right arm up. Good. Nice. So even if you're using your bottom hand on your shin, you can do that, but make sure that if you were to kind of lift that hand up, you wouldn't collapse. Yes, exactly. But you use it for support, and you also use your own strength. So you're hugging the muscle to the bone, revolving chest up. That left hip draws back and in. Deep, full breaths. Imagine your right fingers, your right wrist is being elevated by some entity in the ceiling. Good. That's it. So you're tapping into all the energy, the groundedness and the lift. And stay and breathe. Good. And then pressing into the front foot. Inhale, rise. Arms out to a T. Widen your stance. Bend your front knee, warrior two. So in warrior two, again, I always like to encourage people to surf the upper body back a tad. So reach, that's it. So the tendency is to reach for something ahead of us, but we just want to create that balance. So bringing it back a little bit is never a bad thing. Good. And you want to make sure here that your feet are aligned. So your front heel should be in line with the arch of your back foot so that you are, yes, on one tightrope. Descend 1 more inch if you can. Yeah, that's it. I know it's kind of like, if you're not sure if you're low enough in warrior two, you're not. You'll know when you're there. I mean, it's not about pain. It's about moving through discomfort with ease and breath. Stay in it. Reach the arms away from each other as if you could literally pull your arms apart and soften the shoulders. That's it. Keep the front knee bent. Flip your left palm. Reverse your warrior. Left arm up. Right arm light on the back leg. Good. Stay there. Relax the left shoulder and keep bending deeply into that front knee. Aim your front knee at your front pinky toe. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Cartwheel your hands to the floor. Step back to plank position. Bring your feet together in your plank position. Engage your abdominal muscles. Lean onto your left palm for Vashisthasana, side plank. So you bring the outer edge of your left foot to the floor, or one of the two variations that are being displayed in the front of the room here. Great. If you're taking the full pose, make sure the feet are flexed vigorously and make sure that you're not dumping the weight into your bottom shoulder. So you want to, once again, lift the waistline, lift the right wrist, bump the bottom hip up so this left shoulder blade slides away from you. One more inhale. You've got it. Exhale, plank, optional vinyasa, or right to down dog. You notice that as we continue moving, you keep the breath. If you need to take that audible exhale, you do that. But just trust that all of these postures are like medicine, literally, for your insides and outsides. Good. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop your feet to your thumb. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Feet touch. Bend your knees. Inhale, rise. Utkatasana, chair pose. Pull your belly way in and sit the hips a little bit further back and down than you think you can or want to. Bring your hands to your heart center. Keep your thumbs at your sternum as you begin to twist your upper body to the right. And then lean forward, hook your left elbow outside of your right knee for Pavrita Utkatasana, chair twist. Yep, twists are very detoxifying for the whole abdominal system, digestive system. And it's very important, just like in any twist in yoga, you want to keep the hips square so that left hip moves back. A little self-diagnosis of square hips would be to look down at your knees. If that left knee is popping forward, just slide that baby back a little bit. Good. And with each inhale, find length. You can lower your hips a teeny bit more. I know. Good. And each exhale, you revolve. Yes. It's like a self-massage with your breath. Really nice, you guys. Make sure you're not gripping your toes. Very common. Good. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand up. Hands to your heart, just for a little bit of a release. A little bit of gratitude for our straight legs, right? Wow. Gratitude for straight legs. Not for long, though. Bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Palms press, and then keep the thumbs at the sternum. So you have to utilize your abdominal muscles to twist to the left. So you're not just moving your hands, you're moving your entire torso, and then you lean forward. Good. Hook the right elbow outside of your left knee, and make sure the hips don't swivel out toward the right side. So you want to firm the right hip back and squeeze it in toward the left. Wonderful. Good. Each inhale, think of length. Every exhale, the left shoulder head back, and you're twisting. So the breath, you're never really static in a pose. You're constantly moving with the breath. It doesn't have to be a big movement, but it's just an awareness. It's about staying present. Good. One more. Inhale, chair pose. All the way toward your heel. And stand up, bring it to your heart. Close your eyes, release your arms alongside you. And once again, find yourselves in a mindful stance, the mountain. Notice any streaming, tingling, pulsing. Keep your breath, essential focus. Just notice what you've generated, what you've let go of, what you've cultivated so far. And gently open your eyes. Reach up, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, swing your left arm underneath your right, once or twice. So this is Garudasana, eagle. If you get the palms, once is okay. You can even bend your elbows and catch your shoulders if you're tighter in your shoulders. Just giving yourself a big hug. Otherwise, like this. Elbows up. Good, so you'll feel the shoulders open, hopefully. And then soften your knees and try to keep your gaze very, very still on one point. Drift the weight into your right foot. Using your belly muscles, lift your left knee up. And then sink down a little bit lower into your front knee. And then swing your left leg around your right. As high up toward the thigh, the root of the thigh as you can. Maybe you can sneak your left toes behind your right calf muscle. If not, that's fine. Just a single wrap is great. Yeah, so here's Grant with the modification for eagle arms. It's a really good thing if you're tighter in your shoulders. And here I want you to see if you can sit the hips down and put your torso, bring your torso back as if there were a wall behind you. So we're taking the vertical variation of this posture. Good. Stay and breathe. Keep swinging the left hip back, firming the belly. Nice. Now, from here, you're going to begin to tip forward in your torso. Keep all the wrapping up as you have. And bring the elbows away from you so you feel the back heart, the heart open. When you can sense that your torso is parallel to the floor, you're slowly going to unravel your left leg, kick it straight back into Warrior 3. And at this point, if you'd like to undo the arms into any variation, arms can be back, out to the sides, front. What I'm curious about is you guys making sure you envision that you look like a capital letter T. So that back leg is strong. Look at how aware Deidre is of her back foot. So a floppy foot and a floppy leg are going to make you flop all around. I know, I just singled you out, but that's okay. Good, nice. Take one more breath here. Listen carefully. Standing split, hands down, leg up. I know. This is it, you guys. We only have an hour. We only have an hour. We have to get everything in. Good. Walk your fingers back in line with your stand. And I didn't say this earlier, but as you already know, you can always take child's pose. You can always relax. I know you knew that. Good. Okay, inhale, look up, hands down, or fingertips down. Open your left hip for just a breath. So you want to stack your left hip on top of your right. Good. As you exhale, lower your left knee behind your right knee and swivel to an almost seated position. Almost seated. Good. And then inhale, rise up again. Press into your right foot. Unfurl, open the left hip for a breath. Exhale, spiral down, almost seated position. Good. Last one. Press down. Inhale, unravel. And exhale all the way down into Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated spinal twist. So in this posture, your right foot should be outside of your left thigh. Modification, if you feel like, some people feel like they're sitting on their heel, just be to straighten your bottom leg. It's the same thing. And if you're straightening the leg, you can demonstrate our active foot because you have good active feet. Yes, feet matter in yoga. Good. Right hand down behind your back. And bring your right hand as close to your sacrum as you can get it. So you're ultimately using your back hand as leverage for your spine. Reach your left arm up. Inhale, create space. And then exhale, twist to the right. Either hooking your left elbow outside of your right knee, or you can grab the knee with your hand and just simply hug it in. So you're creating a nice compact twist. And as you do this, every time you inhale, grow up from the base of your spine through the crown of your head, even if it's simply a visualization. Every time you exhale, revolve deeper. Inhaling. Exhale. So you stay with the breath, you stay moving. Good. Press the mound of that right big toe down. Good. Very good. Good. Okay, from there, inhale, come back through center. Release the bind. Exhale, take a one breath counter twist. Good. Inhale through center. And then from here, you're simply going to come back into your standing split. So you're going to walk your fingers forward, press into the right foot, lift your left leg up and back. And exhale, step your left foot down next to your right, finding a forward fold. Separate your feet as wide as your inner hips. If you have to measure, that's about the width of 2 fists in between your feet. Reach for your big toes with your peace sign fingers for Padangusthasana. Palms face each other. Lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the elbows, yes. You're actively pulling. You want to use your bicep muscles here. So you pull on the toes, slide the shoulders up, and move your chest toward your thighs. Yep. Legs are strong. So bring your elbows outside of your shins like that. Yeah, good. And as you pull, the shoulders soften. Your head like a bowling ball. So let the head hang out, let it flop around. Yep. So again, there's an application of, even though there's that integrity and that strength. Great. Inhale, look up. Release the grip of your toes. Exhale, toe heel your feet to touch. Inhale, bend your knees deeply, reach up, chair pose. Exhale, stand up, hands to your heart center. Flowing right to the other side. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left, once or twice, or like I say, sometimes 3 times if you don't have bones in your arms. That's not going to work. Elbows up, soften your knees, and apply that steady drishti. Drishti is the name for a focal point or a gaze in yoga. Good. Shift all the way into your left foot. Lift your right knee as high as you can get it, as if there's a little string pulling your right knee up, 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 and then cross your right leg around your left, once or twice wrapping. As you do, this tendency is for the knees to kind of veer off to the left side. See if you can center your knees and center your elbows so you're stacking the joints. That's it. So you can take the variation if you don't want to wrap it all the way up. Otherwise, just do what feels relatively comfortable or where you can breathe easily. Descend the hips down, lift the torso out of the pelvis. Good. Ujjayi breath should be super engaged regardless of what's happening. This is what keeps the nervous system running smoothly. Now, inhale, begin to tip the torso forward. So you extend the elbows away from you, staying with the eagle arms for now. And very mindfully, like you're moving through that molasses again, unravel the right leg and kick it straight back. Enliven your back heel. And imagine the inner thigh of the back leg is revolving upward so that your hips stay level. And spin the left hip crease back. Good. Any arm variation you want for this. If you fall out of it, cool. I mean, say, why not? This is about like falling out of it and getting back into it. And just being present with all that presents itself. It's the name of this game. Good. We'll take one more inhale. Length from heel to crown. Hands down, standing split. That's it. So when you're standing split, I didn't say this on the other side, try walking your fingers in line with your toes. Yes, that's going to get your torso closer to your front thigh. And as you press down into the standing foot, can you lift the back leg higher? Well, I guess we got our answer. Good. Great. All right, so from there, inhale, fingertips, look up, open the right hip for just a breath, stacking it on top. Exhale, soften both knees and descend to a hovering squat, right knee behind left. Good. Two more, press into the left leg. Inhale, unravel, reach. Exhale, descend, right knee behind left. Last one, press down, lift, and extend the right leg as high as you can. And exhale, thread it down all the way to seated Ardha Matsyendrasana, half-seated spinal twist. So this time, left foot outside of right knee, optional variation. Left hand behind you. Bring the hand as close as you can, so you just want to try not to lean back. Reach your right arm straight up. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Hook the elbow or grab the knee. It's nice to repeat what you did on one side on the next side if it's available to you. If not, then just take what is available. But it's nice to create balance and harmony in the body. Good. The inhales for length, the exhales for twist. Engage your belly muscles in this pose to help you with the twist. So again, you're using your own muscles, but you're also using that leverage between the forearm and the knee. Or the elbow and the tricep and the knee, rather. Good. Inhale, look forward, undo the twist. Exhale, take a one breath counter twist to the right, just neutralize. Inhale, face forward, frame your front foot with your fingertips, and with momentum, rock all the way into your left foot, unravel right back up into your standing split. So the right leg lifts up to the ceiling. And exhale, right foot down next to your left. Good. From here, separate your feet as wide apart as your mat. If you feel tenderness, if you have sensitive knees or low back, I would encourage you to put your block underneath your hips. We're going to bend the knees and come into Malasana, the squat pose. So draw your elbows inside of your knees. Knees pressing into the elbows. Yeah. So using the block if you feel any type of pain or tenderness on the knee joint. And as you stay in this pose, I want you to simultaneously press your knees into your elbows. As you press your elbows into your knees, so you find an upright vertical spine. Deep breath in through your nose. Through your mouth, let it go. This is a great pose for digestion. This is a really great pose for opening up the pelvis and the hips. It's a very natural type of a stance, but unfortunately with lots of chairs and cars, we have veered far from this naturalness. Naturalness? Is that a word? Okay. From here you have two options. One is to stay in this sacred space of Malasana. Otherwise, you can come to Bakasana, the crow, fly away together. Bakasana, if you'd like, hands to the floor, fingers spread wide, always creating that firm foundation. You can lift your hips halfway. Bend the elbows like you would in Chaturanga. So you don't want to bend the elbows out to the side. You bend them straight back. Lift your heels, look forward, and shift your knees high up onto your triceps, optionally up onto your armpits. Now what Grant's doing is wonderful. If you're new to this posture, is he's placing his toes on the block. And what that does is it elevates the hips and it makes it a little bit easier to get that initial flight. Yeah, if you want, you can lean the weight into your hands, nice, and just try to shift the weight forward, maybe lifting one or both feet off of either the floor or the block. Good, you're gonna stay here and breathe. 3 deep breaths. Try not to drop your head in crow pose. You wanna always look forward. Yeah, and if you fall, hey, use a pillow next time in front of your head. Just kidding. Downward dog, however you wanna get there. So some people like you to step back to down dog. If you want, you could have jumped back, take a vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. Now that you're in downward facing dog, if you'd like to take your final vinyasa of this practice, feel free to move through, gliding into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing. And exhale, down dog. Sometimes the vinyasas serve as a way to kind of wipe the slate clean and to transition, be ready for the next. Inhale, move forward, plank position. Look forward, bend your elbows and lower slowly onto your belly. Count of 75. Just kidding. Okay, all the way down. Arms alongside you, turn your cheek to one side. So just extend the arms straight alongside your body. Just begin to feel. Even being in this shape on the floor is really great for kind of even enhancing digestion, having the belly down like this. Just allow the heel bones to splay out naturally. Allow yourself to really experience and feel your breath in your body, everything you've just worked up. And then just turn your cheek to the other side, neutralizing your neck. Nothing to control, just a space to feel. Feel the earth supporting you. Good, and then bring your forehead down to the floor. Legs together behind you. Good. So you want to bring your big toes to touch and imagine that your legs are just one leg. Good. With the arms alongside you, palms face up. Just lift your outer shoulders 10 inches off the floor. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Keeping that engagement, now inhale, lift your head, your chest, and your legs up. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Good. So the arms lift, the head lifts. Now imagine that there are no wrinkles behind your neck. That's it. So you want to point the crown of the head straight forward so you're keeping that nice length in the cervical spine. Lift your chest up. Lift from the inner thighs. Well done. Press down into my hands. That's it. One more inhale. Lift and lengthen. Release. Fold your elbows in front of you. Create a pillow with your forearms and turn one cheek to the side. If you'd like a little bit of a release for the hips, you can just shimmy the hips from left to right. Releasing the low back. It's nicer to have someone shimmy the hips for you, but you can shimmy your own hips too. Yep. Good. Forehead to the floor. 2 options. We're going to move on into floor bow, Dhanurasana pose. Bending your knees, reach back behind you, catch your ankles. If that's not available, just repeat the other pose we just did. They're both valid back bends. Before coming up, bring your knees to touch. Good. So you were taking the other variation. You can take either variation. Yeah. Hands outside of the ankles. Knees touch. Now from there, press your pubic bone into the floor. So the hips go down into the floor. Instead, you want the whole pubic bone flat. That's it. Inhale, kick your feet into your hands and lift. So you want the arms to be straight in Dhanurasana, and you're using the leg muscles to lift your sternum up. Now press into my hands with the inner knees. Yes, you want to try not to allow the knees to splay out further than the hips. Yes, and you want to balance in this pose, a couple more breaths, you guys, on that fleshy part of your belly button, or of your belly right below your navel. That's where you want to have all the weight. That's great. Heart wide open. One more inhale. And release it all. Create that pillow with your palms, your forearms. Turn the opposite cheek down. If you want a little bit of that shimmy, shimmy, go for it. Good. Awesome. And then from here, place your forehead down. Bend your elbows next to you. Good. So your elbows bend, your hands next to your floating ribs. Tuck your toes under behind you. Lift your knees. And then from here, you're simply going to inhale, pull forward into upward facing dog. Arms straight, shoulders soft. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, drop your knees to the floor. Cross your ankles. Exhale, sit back behind your heels. Extend your legs forward. Well done. Good. From here, bend your knees and reach back and catch underneath your thighs, your quads. So what I like to do here is like a little sit bone walk side to side. So you want to make sure that you are on your sitting bones and you're not rounding your spine and creating a curved spine. Sitting up nice and tall. Good. From here, inhale, lift your right shin up parallel to the floor. Try not to round your back though. Sternum lifts. Good. Release it as you exhale. Inhale, lift your left. Exhale. One more each side. Inhale the right. Exhale, release. Inhale left and exhale. Great. Both shins up. Inhale. Good. Feel free to stay here. This is the modification, holding onto the backs of the thighs. Keep drawing the shoulders down, lifting through your heart. Option number 2 would be to release the legs and extend the arms forward. Again, try not to round your back. That's nice. A nice straight spine. Good. Option 3 is to extend the legs. So yep, any of these is fine. You want to imagine there's a little string pulling your sternum up, shoulders back, and there's leaning. You're leaning into a little hammock or a little lounge chair, not a hammock. A lounge chair, nice and straight. Yes. Good. Stay and breathe. Lift your chest up toward your thighs. Lift your thighs up toward your chest. Good. If you feel the urge to get out of the pose, don't. Just kidding. You can if you want to, but stay and breathe. Challenge yourself. Good. Take one more inhale. Lift. As slow as you can, you're going to lower all the way onto your back. Slow. Belly hollows down all the way, all the way, all the way. And release. Nice work, you guys. Yep, come back onto the mat if you're not there. And hug your knees into your chest. Hug your knees and press your thighs against your torso. Rock a little bit side to side. Just feeling that neutrality of the spine. And let's keep the back flat on the mat, but take it into happy baby. So separate your knees wide and flex the soles of your feet up toward the ceiling. Good. So here, this is a spine neutralizing pose just as much as it is a stretch for your hip flexors. So you want to lengthen your tailbone down. And you can also modify, if your hips are lifting way up off the floor in this pose, you can also just grab your shins or even the backs of your thighs so you keep everything secure. Good. Yeah, good. Okay, inhale, hug your knees into your chest. And keeping your knees bent, place the soles of your feet on the floor. Hip distance apart and parallel. Now, if you extend your arms alongside your body, you want to be able to kind of graze your heels with your fingertips. That's it. So we're preparing for bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Press into your feet as you inhale, lift your lower and your middle back up. Good. Now, one of two options. If you'd like to take a supported variation of bridge pose, you can slide your block, like Grant's doing, underneath your sacrum. Make sure the block isn't on your butt and it's not under your ribs. It's right at that bone at the base of your spine. You should feel pretty supported here. It should be just like a nice little chill out pose, really good for the organs. You just stay there, otherwise you interlace your hands behind you and shimmy the shoulders together. Good. Walk your feet a little bit in. Yes, yep, exactly. And when you're in this pose, make sure that you don't roll onto the outer edges of the feet. You want to stay plugging into the big toe and the inner mound of your foot for this pose. Press the back of your head into the floor, lifting your heart. Yeah. Imagine there was a block between your thighs. You're squeezing it, and you're also finding that peeling open of the heart. Take one more breath in. Good. Release your arms like brakes. Slowly lower down. Upper, middle, lower, back. Good. Take a moment here with your feet flat to simply feel the effects. Back bends can be super energizing. Sometimes they can be super relaxing. They can bring up emotions. The mind and the body are very related, so just be with what comes up. Come back to your breath. And we're going to take one more back bend. So you have the option of repeating what you just did. If you'd like to take it deeper, you can place your hands behind you. Fingers point in the direction of shoulders, preparing for wheel pose, the full back bend. Good. Press down, inhale, lift your hips either into bridge or into full wheel, extending the arms. Good. Gaze toward your thumbs if you're in wheel pose. And draw the yes. You want to make sure those elbows stay directly over the wrists. This is great. So the back bends, especially the full back bend, the majority of the energy should be in your legs. So you're working the inner thighs down, lengthening the tailbone forward, and the sternum reaches behind the arms. That's it. So there's a quality of length to the entire spine, even in your back bend. One more inhale. Good. Chin toward chest if you're in wheel. Otherwise, release the arms, bend your elbows, and slowly release your upper, middle, lower back. Awesome job. Hug your knees. Give yourself a nice big embrace. Keep the right knee where it is. Extend your left leg long, and let's take a twist. With your left hand, swing the right knee across your torso. Extend your right arm out and gaze toward the right side of the room. This is a nice time you can release your ujjayi breath and just come back to a nice deep belly breath in, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top and out, kind of like that same breath we started with. This is like a little signaling to your nervous system. It's time to unwind, time to relax and digest, quite literally, all the efforts of your practice. Inhale, release back through center. Extend the right leg as you hug the opposite knee in. Then take your time twisting to the other side. So you drag the left knee across the torso, extend the left arm out to the left. And it's important for the shoulder, your left shoulder, to stay on the mat. Doesn't matter so much if that left knee is touching all the way down. Breathe from your belly all the way to your heart. Imagine your breath is the most exciting thing that you can possibly pay attention to in this moment. And travel with it. Make it richer, more fulfilling. Inhale, come back through center, draw both knees in toward your heart. And as you hug your knees in, as you inhale, lift your head, lift your chest, lift your shoulders, squeeze your face closed, take a deep inhale. Hold it in, lift everything 1.5 more inches higher. Hold it. Shavasana as you exhale. Release your legs long in the mat. Allow your arms to extend alongside your body. Palms can face up or down. Feel free to cover your eyes if you'd like. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. So with just as much attention and intention as you've given this past hour, give just as much to completely surrendering. No more control of your breathing, no more control of your body. Allow your muscles to slip away from your bones. Bones rest heavy, skin softens. This is where the yoga begins. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back to your physical body. You can initiate your return by bringing small movements to your fingers, spreading your toes, rotating your wrists, your ankles, becoming interested in this moment. As you deepen the expression of your breath, maybe the body wants to follow suit as you reach the arms back. Take a full body stretch. Point your toes forward. Big inhale through your nose. Hold it through your mouth. Ah. Gather your knees in toward your chest. Then roll over onto whichever side feels more inviting, right or left, just coming into the fetal pose. Beautiful symbol of rebirth, new beginnings. In your own time, make your way up to a comfortable seated posture. Resting your palms on your lap or on your thighs, whatever happens naturally. Sitting up nice and tall, taking a moment to observe the effects of your practice. Without getting involved, simply witnessing. Allow your palms to meet at your heart, calling to mind the intention you set forth. And gently bow your head toward your heart, honoring the true teacher within. The light in me honors and bows to the light in you. Namaste.